Hey, welcome back to Mike's Take on the Universe. I'm Mike, and in this video, we're diving into the world of UAP whistleblowers, ranking them from highly credible to non-credible. We'll examine their claims, evidence, and how their stories shaped the UAP conversation. Let's get into it.
My name is David Charles Grusch. I was an intelligence officer for 14 years, both in the U.S. Air Force, both active duty, Air National Guard, and Reserve, at the rank of major, and most recently from 2021 to 2023, at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, at the GS-15 civilian level, which is the military equivalent of a full bird colonel.
David Grusch is a former U.S. intelligence officer who made explosive claims about the U.S. government's knowledge of non-human technology. His whistleblower testimony was given under oath to Congress, backed by an Inspector General's report confirming the validity of his claims. Despite his testimony, the lack of public evidence has left room for doubt, but the weight of his official position and legal backing made one of the most credible voices in UAP disclosure.
At the time, due to my extensive executive level intelligence support duties, I was cleared to literally all relevant compartments and in a position of extreme trust, both in my military and civilian capacities.
Why are we seeing it in this particular
Okay, so
shade?
we'll just kind of go around. So if you look at the OPRs operate in the top left corner. NAR is narrow field of view, which is zoomed in. IR.
Commander David Fravor, a former Navy pilot, is now known for his first-hand account of the now famous TikTok UAP incident. His testimony is supported by radar data and video footage, which has been confirmed by the Pentagon. Fravor's experience is one of the most thoroughly documented UAP sightings, and his credibility is solidified by military background and corroborating accounts from other pilots.
My name is Ryan Fobbs Graves, and I'm a former F-18 pilot with a decade of service in the U.S. Navy, including 2 deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Inherent Resolve. I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me.
Ryan Graves, a former Navy pilot, has been vocal about the potential dangers posed by UAPs to aviation safety. Graves had multiple encounters with UAPs, and he's been at the forefront of advocating for better data collection and transparency regarding the phenomenon. His focus on safety combined with personal experience and the fact that he's not seeking fame or profit make him highly credible in the ongoing UAP discussion.
What I have concluded is, first of all, we have a massive intelligence failure on our hands. This has been going on for years, and hundreds of incidents. Nobody in the Congress was informed. Senior officials in the Defense Department were not informed. The intelligence community did not take action to support our military personnel.
Christopher Mellon is a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence and has played a key role in advocating for UAP transparency. He has access to clarified government information, which gives him insights and added layers of credibility. Mellon's measured approach to UAP disclosure sets him apart from some of the other figures in the field, making him a trusted voice among those seeking serious, well-informed approach to UAP investigation.
Ranking members Connolly and Garcia, and members of the committee. It is my honor and privilege to testify before you on the issue of unidentified anomalous phenomenon, formerly known as UFOs. On behalf of our brave men and women in uniform and across the intelligence community, as well as my fellow Americans who have awaited this day, thank you for your leadership on this important matter. Let me be clear, UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of
Luis Elizondo, known for his involvement with the Pentagon's ATIP program, has been a driving force in bringing UAP discussions into the public eye. His efforts helped release military footage that reignited global interest in unidentified phenomena. However, this credibility faced scrutiny due to conflicting claims about the Pentagon's role in circulation of two controversial images. One presented a massive craft over Romania was later traced to a window reflection of a chandelier. Another, known as a 1,000-foot object over Four Corners region, was quickly debunked as crop irrigation circles visible on satellite imagery. Despite these missteps, Elizondo remains a polarizing yet influential figure in a push for UAP transparency.
Right up front that it's going to be hard to swallow at first. This week we've heard the contention of UFO researchers.
George Knapp is a journalist best known for breaking the Bob Lazar story. Has spent decades covering UAPs and related topics. His long career and in-depth investigative work lend credibility to his findings. However, his strong association with controversial figures such as Lazar raised questions about potential bias in his reporting. Knapp is respected for his journalism but remains a polarizing figure in the UAP field.
Authority is higher than the laws of the United States. The Air Force official said he could respond, but only in a closed briefing. In 1987, when the Air Force sought to renew its stranglehold on the Groom Range, news articles once again mentioned the talk about alien spacecraft, and subsequent articles in national magazines quoted unnamed sources about things of alien origin.
Bob Lazar's claims about working on reverse engineering alien spacecraft at Area 51 have become iconic in the UAP world. However, the lack of verifiable evidence to support his story, particularly regarding the supposed education and employment history, seriously weaken his credibility. Lazar remains a central figure in the UAP lore, but the gaps in his narrative make his testimony difficult to fully accept.
Foreign governments prepare them for this disclosure that's now happening. The team that will be coming forward we'll get to in a moment. I just want to give everyone sort of a good background context of how we got from there to here. And so it's a big story, 34 years of work. Now, one thing all of you can go to is you go to dpiarchive.com, which has the entire Disclosure Project Intelligence Archive up there. It's 30.
Bob Lazar's claims about working on reverse engineering alien spacecraft at Area 51 have become iconic in the UAP world. However, the lack of verifiable evidence to support his story, particularly regarding the supposed education and employment history, seriously weaken his credibility. Lazar remains a central figure in the UAP lore, but the gaps in his narrative make his testimony difficult to fully accept.
Right here, post-disclosure world, that's who it was who you did this with. Yeah. So this is what I want to get at, because you don't say any of this back in April, and when you talked with James and gave the testimony on the documentary, you didn't mention any of this. You didn't mention lost time unless that was on the cutting floor, James. You can fill that in.
Yeah, I don't remember about the lost time, but I definitely remember I called Jason. I was like, dude, you are killing me right now. What are you talking about?
All right.
You want to kill the credibility of all the testimony. I'm already riding the line with you, this encounter, so.
All right, so.
I was having a big issue.
Yes, and you have to understand, this is like a crazy claim for the average person like me to hear.
The blue alien.
Jason Sands is a controversial figure who gained attention for sharing UAP-related videos that have been debunked by experts. His reliance on low-quality, unverified evidence undermines his credibility. Sands appears more interested in building his online following than contributing to meaningful, factual information to the UAP conversation, making his claims largely unreliable. Goode has been known for his detailed and elaborate claims about his experiences in secret space programs and encounters with extraterrestrials. However, Goode's credibility was significantly damaged when he admitted in court that certain aspects of his narrative were creative writing. This admission, combined with his sensationalist approach, make his claims difficult to take seriously.
I seeking truth in the cosmos, yeah, we high end. Might take on the universe, that's another game. Aliens and UAPs, man, we break it down real tight. Sports cars, flipping current events shining bright. Life's a wild ride, gotta chase what's unknown. From the court to the stars, this is where I call home. Every topic on the table, we dissect the intrigue. Conversations flowing, let's dive deep in fatigue. Some tuning with Mike, take on this universe wide. We be spread, we ignite, let's enjoy the ride.